Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you've seen, we've been doing a bit of shopping and stuff. We have got two plumbers now. We've got two quotes. Not too much difference in the prices. So we're just going to be talking to the pair of them and see who can do the job the soonest so we can get this job done. So we had a few little bits and pieces they suggested we go and get before they start the job. Just like tapware and showers and stuff like that, so they know what they're actually dealing with. So we've been out shopping, as you've seen in the last shot, and we've got a few bits and pieces sorted. Also, while we were at it, we started having a bit of a chat about kitchens and stuff. But for today, what we're going to do, if you were with us in the last video, you've seen we took care of the last bedroom in the house. We got the paint on the walls, we got the tiles down, but we didn't manage to get any further than that, as I did run out of time. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead, remove all the sounds from the floor, clean up all the excess glue, put some grout down. So, in saying that, let's get into it.
Maybe it was you, something in the room that illuminated me. 'Cause I was in the dark, wrestling the scars, but you took away everything. Maybe this is more than bliss. These moments I just can't resist. 'Cause this is everything I wished, and so much more. You are my life, and everything that I want. Come take this night. It's come alive in the dark. You broke through everything. Now all of the doubt, all the...
Alright guys, so it's the next day. As you've seen yesterday, we managed to take care of the grouting in this room, and it's turned out absolutely fantastic. Once we finished the grouting, we just went for a bit of a scout through the house, cleaned up any loose tools, materials and stuff laying around in each of the rooms, and just gave the house a little bit of a clean up. Because it was getting a little bit messy, as they do with renovations. But as for today, we're going to get straight back into this room now. The grout's nice and dry. And the first thing we're going to do is take some measurements of this window so we can work out what size skirting boards we need. And we may even have some out in our materials outside. So we'll check that out and see if we have. If we don't, we'll have to go to the hardware store and grab some. And also we're going to dig out the old skirting boards for in this room, because I believe they were in pretty good condition anyway. We'll just give them a bit of a light sand over, make them nice and smooth, then we'll start screwing them onto the walls. But as for now, let's go get some measurements, see what materials we got, and get into it. bearings on, all gap filled, and we've just gone around and put plaster around all the screw holes and stuff, so tomorrow when we get back here, we'll be able to get straight into it, start sanding that back, masking everything up, and start getting some paint on. So that's for now, we'll catch you tomorrow. Alright guys, so it's the next day, all our plaster's nice and dry, so we're just going to get straight into it, go and get this all rubbed down, masked out, then we'll have to shoot to the shops, grab some more paint, so we can start painting this thing up. Really has turned the look of this window completely. As for now, what we're going to do is we're going to leave this room here to dry, because this paint does take a fair few hours to dry, so it won't be dry till tomorrow sometime. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump through into the bathroom and just finish off the last few jobs that the plumber left us to take care of, so we can get that room ready for when he comes. Let's get into it. So there we have it. Now you might be questioning what is going on here. When we had our two new plumbers come around, they both suggested the same thing. We're going to be having a shower over here. We're going to be having a shower screen out here, and you're going to be walking around into it. So they said, why don't you put the taps on this wall here? That way, in the cold weather, you just turn it on from there. You don't have to worry about getting wet from the shower head itself. Where if we were to have it over there, you're going to get wet and it's going to be cold. So we don't want that. So we've gone ahead with that idea. So as you can see, we've got the channel here. So what's going to happen is you're going to have the hot and cold pipe coming through from there up into that triangle. Where that triangle is where the mixer is going to be situated. So it just gives us a bit of room for the pipe work to go into the mixer. And then you've got the last channel coming up over there, over the head, and then the channel coming down there. So that'll go to our shower head. And everything should be sweet as. So the next thing you've seen us do here was this channel here. There's two reasons we've gone with channels as well. Because the other thing the plumber was suggesting was if we just go chucking the pipe behind the wall, it's going to start, it will do like a knock and you'll hear it and it'll end up wearing our pipes out really quickly. So we don't want that. So he said the best way is channel it, render it in, and then that way it's solid and that won't get that banging, knocking in the wall, which will be heaps better. But we've gone and put this channel here in place. because what we're going for now is we're going hot and cold. We need to chase it over to there, get another hot and cold there. And I know you're saying that's the original spot. What happened to the two top spots that we did in the last video? Well, them two holes there in the wall for the fact of having wall hung taps. But we went to the shops when we were looking at vanities and stuff like that, and Dara actually seen the vanity that she wanted, all set up, and it had the on top of the vanity coming out and over into the bowl set up, and she really liked it, so that's what we're going for. So we'll be bricking them holes back in soon enough. Not a drama though, we've got plenty of bricking to be doing in here in the near future, coming up once the plumbing's in. Second to last thing you've seen us do here was that hole there. So that hole there was through the butler's kitchen. We knocked a hole into the floor. We smashed the two bricks out. Reason being is the drainage in there, the drain system in the butler's kitchen is not sufficient for a kitchen sink, as the old laundry drain has like an S-bend underground. And the plumber said, mate, if you get a bit of food or something going down there, you're going to be a whole world of hurt. You don't want it, and it's not to Australian standard anyway. So the best bet is we're putting a new drain in here for the toilet. You need a direct to drain, so we're going to smash a hole in that wall, run the drain straight through, and then that way all the scraps and stuff just straight out the drain. And the last thing you've seen us do is in the kitchen, just putting another hole there, because the last plumber was going to plumb into that 40mm trap. Our new plumber, he's not so keen, so he wants to go straight to the 50, so we're going to delete that 40mm completely, and that's going to be gone, and then we'll go straight into that 50mm with a wire piece. And it should be sweet as. That way everything's just going to be legit, and everything's going to flow nice and easy, and no chances of any blockages, so should be absolutely fantastic. But it has led us into a pretty late day. We did get our skirting done, so the first coat on that's still drying. Should be sweet. So in saying that, we're going to head off now. We'll catch you tomorrow. Alright guys, so it is the next day, so we're just going to get straight into it, get a second coat on this paint, get it done. Then we're going to go and suss out the old roll line for outside and see if we can start putting that thing back together. So, let's get into it. Alright guys, there you go. We've got it up. You might have noticed I had to cut a couple of little spaces here. So we didn't quite get this height right when I cut it. And I didn't work it out until afterwards. I put it up and then realised where we were going to have to bore the hole for the strap to come through for winding it up and down was going to actually end up inside the framework, which wouldn't be good. So we had to raise it about 30mm space, so it will end up in the skirting on the inside of the room and should come up perfectly. Fingers crossed, because it did take me a couple of attempts to get it right. So we are pretty happy with it, and it's looking absolutely fantastic at the moment. Still got a little bit of skirting and stuff to do, but as for now, I'm going to call it an early one today. We're going to go down to the shops, grab some drills and stuff, so we're all set for tomorrow. When that inside room's dry, we'll be able to start punching a hole through, and fingers crossed we'll get our straps up. Have this thing operational. Catch you tomorrow. Alright guys, so she's up. A little bit more work than we expected. So as you've seen, we had our extension pieces in where I kind of worked out we should have been safe. We sent the drill through, didn't get all the way through. We ended up sending the small drill through and then trying to drill back to it, and it ended up hitting the lintel. So we were stuffed for that, and I didn't want to go and try and bore out through the lintel and weaken that, so we had to drop it down. And funny enough, it's to our original cut, so we don't have an extension in our slides anymore. And we went and cut that through, and once again we had bloody nails and screws and stuff in there. So we went home, welded a 25mm steel drill to a socket so we could actually chuck it in the drill and drill through the nails and screws and stuff, and we got it through in the end. So worked well. We had a little bit of a repair job to do on the inside obviously, so we used some wood bogged it all up, sanded it back, chucked a layer of paint over it, and everything's working pretty sweet now, and it looks like it's meant to be there. So super chuffed, happy as with the result. So with all that being said and done guys, super chuffed. There's our repair job. You can't even tell it was even there. So really happy with that. But we are going to call that the end of the video. We've got a fair bit done in this video. We ended up finishing up the last of the bedrooms. We've got the skirting on, all looking sweet. We've got our grout down, absolutely fantastic, and we've got our roller blind on, so super chuffed. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit the like button down below. Set your notifications for upcoming videos. We've got plenty more to come. We were talking to the plumber, and fingers crossed in the next video you'll see some plumbing getting done. So super excited about that. I want to say thank you for your love and support to the channel. We really do appreciate you taking your time to watch our videos, and we really do hope that you are enjoying them. And if there's something that you can think of that could help us with the content, don't feel shy to chuck a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Would really be appreciated. You can join us on Facebook and Instagram on StayTrue TV. Get the inside scoop before YouTube. Stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.